Welcome to another biblically based look into today's news from Christian Voice New Zealand. Now here's Mike Bain.
The cornerstone of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, where the survival of the fittest is in some ways could ring true if it wasn't so absurd. Now obviously I don't in any way adhere to the theory of teachings of evolution, but you know, sometimes when I hear stories about humans, you've just got to wonder. Now, the following stories are obviously based on true experiences, otherwise we wouldn't tell you. And to be honest, you just can't make this stuff up. Now, for example, there's a story about a guy who went to McDonald's, saw on the menu that he could have an order of 6, 9 or 12 chicken McNuggets. He asked for a half dozen nuggets. The teenager at the counter replied, "We don't have half dozen nuggets." "You don't?" the guy replied. "We only have 6, 9 or 12 was the answer. "So I can't order half a dozen nuggets, but I can order 6. That right?" "That's right." The guy shook his head and ordered 6 McNuggets. Unbelievable, but true. You know, it must have been the same person that somebody else asked for sweetener, and they said they didn't have any. Only Splendor and sugar is what we have. And this story, just from the USA, is just priceless. The story goes, I was checking out at the Walmart with just a few items, and the lady behind me put her things on the conveyor belt close to mine. So I picked up one of those dividers that they keep by the cash register, and I placed it between our things so they wouldn't get mixed up. Now, after the girl had scanned all the items, she picked up the divider, looking at it all over for the barcode so that she could scan it. I'm not finding the barcode, she said to the customer, "Do you know how much this is?" And the lady said, "I've changed my mind. I don't think I'll buy that today." She said, "Okay." And the lady paid for her things and left. The shop assistant had no clue to what had just happened. You know, yes, there are people like this amongst us, and while those stories are from overseas, no doubt you've had similar experiences here in New Zealand. During our presentation, When a Nation Forgets God, I used the age-old expression, "It takes a village to raise a child." You know, there's some truth to the expression, but the village has many varying differences, I'd say. Attitudes and cultural backgrounds. But here's the thing, it also contains differing beliefs and acceptances to your own on morality, values and God. If it takes a village to raise a child, then who is responsible for the upbringing of the children who are causing havoc in this country now? Who is responsible for the teenage kid working at Macca's who doesn't know the difference between a half dozen and 6 McNuggets? Who is responsible for the checkout girl at Walmart who doesn't understand what a checkout divider is? And why is it that we laugh at these experiences? I'll tell you why. Sometimes they're funny and absurd, but we shouldn't laugh because they could be your children. The sad thing is many people are ignorant of many things in their day-to-day lives, but the one thing they're ignorant of is how a loving God would welcome them into his arms, just the same as he would if it was you and me. You know, the world says it takes a village to raise a child, then who takes responsibility when the child becomes the village idiot? Darwin is wrong in his theory of only the fittest will survive. If you want your children to survive, then forget the village teaching. Take responsibility and teach them a pathway that no one else in the village will teach them. Teach them the word and the commandments of God, as the Bible puts it in Deuteronomy 11:19. Teach them to your children. These are God's commands. Teach them to your children, talking about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Teach them from an early age. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they're old, they will not turn from it." And heed the warning also from Deuteronomy 4:9. Be careful and watch yourselves closely, so that you do not forget the things your eyes have seen, or let them fade from your heart as long as you live.
Thank you for watching. You can see more podcasts like this by subscribing to Christian Voice New Zealand. For more information about our work, or if you're moved to donate, jump online to our webpage, christianvoicenewzealand.com.